Well, good afternoon to Mayor Bowser. Thank you for coming out to celebrate this special occasion with Cisco and our launch of our DC Customer Experience Center. And I want to thank all of our guests. We certainly have your staff, Mayor. We have DC government, executives from your government. We also have Howard University, Georgetown University, American University, WMATA, some federal agencies. So I want to welcome all of you today to this fantastic, fantastic milestone for Cisco here in the district. For those who don't know me, my name is Gary DePretta, and I lead Cisco's public sector organization, and I represent about 1,500 people across the nation who wake up every day and support our governments and our schools. So that includes federal agencies, state agencies, local county governments, K through 12 schools, and our public universities and colleges. And really what we're celebrating today is a workspace that has been reimagined. What Cisco did during the pandemic, like other enterprises, is we had to look at our real estate footprint and really decide what we're going to do. And we began this journey with One Penn Plaza up in New York City, and we wanted to create a space that was a magnet for employees to come and collaborate. Because clearly after the pandemic, the way that we work is different than it was before the pandemic. And so a lot of thought was put into this, not just the beautiful aesthetics, but to create a space that was energy efficient, that was sustainable, that was fully automated, and again, creating a space that was really, it would draw employees in. What we found as a result was it became the #1 requested tour of our customers, not just from a technology perspective, but government leaders, CFOs, HR teams, and of course, facilities. And it's really to reimagine what we can do with our real estate footprint to make it more efficient. So this is one of, I think, our 6th showcase. I mentioned it started Mayor Bowser in New York City, and then we moved to Paris, Singapore, Chicago, Atlanta, Austin, and now we have here in DC. But it's not about Cisco. I also want to represent kind of what it means to us. We're passionate about the community we serve, not only in our customers, but where we live, which is the district. So a few facts that were important to us bringing this office space into Washington, D.C. We have over 2,000 employees in the DMV. And while this is not our only physical space, it is our physical space, 2 floors in the district. And if you look around, I can tell you this is the best space we have in the DMV. And I can assure you from the other experiences, it is a magnet for employees. And while we had a soft opening 2 weeks ago, we've literally had hundreds of employees come through and customers already. And makes you proud and makes you want to work here. I also mentioned, Mayor Bowser, that we support about 60,000 customers across the U.S. in our public sector business. And I also mentioned that it was the #1 requested tour. Unfortunately, until now, we had to bring those folks to New York City or Atlanta or Austin or Chicago. Well, I hope you don't mind, but we're going to invite 60,000 of our best friends and invite government leaders from around the country into your district. So I'm telling my brother to open a deli downstairs. So we're gonna keep the wharf very, very busy. But there's also a bit of a selfish reason. What we realized demographically is we wanted access to talent, in particular young talent, and the young people love to live in the city. So we wanted to open up and create a space for them so that we can have them work where they live and play as well. So it's been a great, not just here in the district, but in all of our cities, keeping it within the city is super, super important to us. We're also very proud of the workforce development that we do. One of our corporate social responsibility projects, the networking academies or Cisco academies. We've been around for 30 years. It's going to align really well, Mayor Bowser, with your Talent Capital initiative that you just launched. And last year alone, we have trained at no cost. We offer this as part of a program, it's a 30-year program, 1,500 students in the district in terms of skills. So we're big believers in economic development, economic mobility, and just workforce development. It is our vision. Our vision statement is to power an inclusive future for all. So those aren't words to us. Those are things and values that we live every day. And then finally, we ingrain ourselves into the community. Where's Cedric? Is Cedric here somewhere? So Cedric, is in the back. Cedric Lockhart is our executive sponsor for the latest, and that's tomorrow night here on the wharf supporting the Covenant House. So Cedric has about 30 to 40 employees sleeping out. I will bring hot chocolate for sure, maybe some blankets. And I think Cedric's target to raise $50,000 for the DC Covenant House. So, Mayor, we are grateful for you to be here, but we are more grateful to be part of the district. So I would love to invite you up and share some of your remarks.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll give Gary a big round of applause. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I may want to come work here at this location. You made it sound so great, and I've had an opportunity to look around. And like you, even in DC government, we are, as we design all of our spaces, we are looking toward the future of how people work and how people want to work, especially how people want to work in person. And it looks like you have really done a great job here. So give all of the teams involved in the planning a big round of applause. I also want to acknowledge that we've been joined by our Chief Technology Officer, Stephen Miller, who's here. Give Stephen a big round of applause, as well as the Assistant City Administrator, Chris Rodriguez. Give Chris a round of applause, and all of our team. So I want to congratulate you on doubling your footprint here. And I want to just acknowledge that companies who are investing in DC, I try to be here to say thank you, and to say you have a lot of choices. And when you choose us, we appreciate it. And we also want to be great partners to you in creating beautiful spaces like this one at the wharf, having great transportation, and amazing places and neighborhoods for people to live, send their kids to school, and raise their families. We also love when you work with DC businesses, which I know you do, because our investments in technology are real. We have been very intentional about how we attract and support a strong tech sector in DC, and we know that's only going to grow. In fact, in our recent budget where we're focused on growth, how do we respond to a shifting federal landscape here and work opportunities? And we know a big way to do it is to go deep in tech. So we have invested $2 million in a technology ecosystem fund that's to support accelerators and incubators, and $52 million in a DC venture capital program that will help us scale up more startups right here in DC. And so it is also just really key to us as we develop our policies around AI. We make sure that our infrastructure is supporting the growth of the technology sector. It's also very important to us that we're training DC residents for those jobs of the future. And we are so looking forward to you being a part of that. So that's the real DC, is the DC that's good for business, that helps grow business, that gets DC residents hired, and companies that want to be our partners in making sure that we continue to diversify our economy. So I'm just really happy and proud to be here, and let's see if we can open some more Cisco locations. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mayor Bowser, and thank you again, once again, to our guests. At this point, I'd invite you to have a drink or some appetizers and enjoy this beautiful facility. And Bob Cicero, if you can raise your hand, he is one of our thought leaders inside the Cisco Corporation. So if you have questions beyond the obvious, please find Bob. But thank you so much for attending today.